Peace and blessings. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to show you how to gather fabric using crochet thread. If you'd like to see how I gathered the fabric to create the waistband for this skirt, then stay tuned. The item you'll be using in addition to your normal supplies is crochet thread. It has a heavier weight than normal sewing thread, so it's perfect for gathering heavier fabrics such as 100% cotton, which is what I'll be using here today. We're going to take our crochet thread and zigzag stitch it along the edge of the fabric that we want to gather. So you will start at one end and continue all the way to the other end. Go ahead and set your sewing machine to the zigzag stitch and you're ready to go. The length of your piece of crochet thread should be 6 to 10 inches longer than the measurement of the side of the fabric you are gathering. Go ahead and set up your crochet thread to where it is about a finger's width from the edge of the fabric. Your crochet thread will run along the center of your presser foot, and as you sew that zigzag stitch all the way down, you want to make sure that your crochet thread stays in the center of that presser foot. This step is very important. You can backstitch at the beginning, but it is not necessary. Also, be sure that as you sew that your stitch is wide. Since this is for the purposes of gathering, you don't want to have your stitches too close as it will make gathering more difficult. You'll continue to zigzag stitch all the way down. And here I am at the very end. And I'm going to backstitch, but again, that is optional. And we're all done. And as you can see here, when you pull on the crochet thread, your piece of fabric instantly starts to gather. This is the perfect way to gather some fabrics because unlike regular sewing thread, it isn't as prone to break. And here's a close-up of what the stitching looks like from the front and from the back. An alternative way to gather is that you can go ahead and pull both ends at the same time. You can see that I'm doing that here, and for the next few minutes I'm just going to be playing around with the fabric, gathering it and arranging the gathers, so I'm going to speed that up. And I'm almost satisfied with those gathers, just a little bit more work to do. And here I'm showing you where I left an opening for where I'll be adding the zipper. And here is the waistband that I'll be adding to the skirt. The tutorial is not on the waistband, but I will show a few clips on what I did to add it, and I'm going to show you the final step on what to do once you've arranged your gathers. And here you can see that I'm making sure that the width of the waistband matches the width of the skirt, and there is the opening that I left for the zipper. And here's what you do once you've arranged your gathers. You're going to have a long piece of crochet thread left over at either end. You can take a pin, place it into your fabric, and then work the crochet thread into a couple of figure eights around that pin, like you see that I'm doing here. This will anchor your crochet thread and it won't move. as you pin your fabric onto your waistband or what have you. And here I am just pinning that waistband onto the gathered fabric. And as you can see, I left the crochet thread there. That's my preference. Anytime I do this, I just leave the crochet thread and I clip it off at the end. If you prefer, once you have your gathers and you're ready to pin, you can take out the crochet thread. I don't really recommend it because it could loosen and move and mess up all of the work that you did to gather it. So leaving the crochet thread in doesn't really hurt anything. And now I'm all done with the pinning. I've securely pinned all the way around, and that's what I'm showing you here. Once you're done with that, you can clip it. And the only thing that's left for me to do after this is to sew that waistband down, add my zipper, and hem the ends. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll do my very best to answer. Thanks for watching. Peace, blessings, love, and light. God be with you.